Good morning, it's Wednesday and this is for pre-algebra class, and today we're going to do a little review and a little bit of new stuff. So here we go. Our review is, yesterday we learned about the distance between 2 points, and so I just threw an example up here, the distance between 4, 2 and negative 3, 10. And so the formula always goes x1 minus x2 and y1 minus y2. Don't forget to square it in a plus. Remember, that's Pythagorean theorem. So it gets a little tricky when there's negatives in here, and that's why I went 4 minus a minus 3 and 2 minus a minus 10. So that gives me 7 squared is 49, and 12 squared is 144. And when I add those together, it gives me this. Square root of that's 13.9. I know I'm going really fast, but it's hard to upload these to YouTube, so please bear with me, and you can always hit pause if I go too fast. Okay, today we're looking at similar polygons. Similar polygons have the same shape, the same angles. The thing is, they're different size. So it's kind of like if you ever watched the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It means the kids shrunk. They look exactly the same, they're just a lot smaller. So that's what's happening here. Somebody took this triangle and they shrunk it and made it smaller. Now the first thing I want you to realize that if angle A over here was 20 degrees, then angle F over here, which matches it, is also going to be 20 degrees. You see how they have 2 marks in here and 2 marks in here? That means those angles are exactly the same size. And you can see these are 90. And these, of course, would be 70 and 70 because it still has to add up to 180. All right, so let's go ahead and tackle one of these. Our job is to find out what x is. So all we have to do is use a proportion, which is the butterfly thing. Make sure we match things up correctly. Okay, the long leg of this triangle is going to match with the long leg of this one. So I'm going to write 12 down, and I'm going to put it over 8. Those two match. Equals, now I've got to find 2 other things that match. Well, I want it, whatever it is to match with the x. So make sure you write down the 15 first. You see how the 12 came from the big triangle? Then over here, the number has to come from the big triangle that goes on top as well. So that'd be 15 over x. So again, I went 12 is to 8, as 15 is to x. Now we're going to cross multiply, and we'll get that 12x equals 8 times 15 is 120. Divide both sides by 12, and we get x equals 10. So that would be the answer right here is 10. Now here's one that's a trapezoid. Sometimes they'll flip them upside down and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's still the same idea. I want to match sides up that I know. Okay, so the first thing I notice is my x is the long side, so it's going to match with the long side up here, which is 16. So I'm going to write x over 16 equals, all right, now I got to pick another number from the big one, which is 18. And that's going to match up here with the 10. So we're going to go ahead and cross multiply. That'll give us 10x equals 16 times 18. It's a pretty big number. But you get that number here, and then you'll divide both sides by 10, and that will give you the correct answer. Okay, one thing I didn't go over here is that this symbol right here is called similar. It looks like a little slash like that. That just means these two are same shape, same angles, but they are different size, which is obvious. Okay, now in the book they gave you kind of a problem like this, and it looks weird at first, but to be truthful, you're going to do the same thing as here. I noticed that this x right here is the hypotenuse of this little right triangle. And by the way, these two things are similar when they're like that, and there's a proof for that, but don't worry about it for right now. They tell you that. So anyways, go back to this. Its hypotenuse is x. The hypotenuse down here of this triangle is 20. So that means x matches with 20. And then this is the short leg of the right triangle, and that's going to match over here with the short leg here. And so I'm going to write 6 over 12. So notice that I went small triangle to big triangle, small triangle to big triangle. That's very important. That's where most people get messed up. So we get 12x equals 120. Divide by 12, and we get x equals 10. So hope that helps you today. Hope you have a great day. And thank you guys for the people that are getting their homework in and for using Google Classroom, because it makes it much easier for me. Okay, see ya.